Oh, hi. Happy Labor Day. So, I'm Jeremy Grafe. Some of you already know that. Lori is behind the production desk. You are hanging out at the Wandering Bard on this very special Labor Day edition. And by very special, I mean we are slightly boiled, as we have spent the weekend at Maryland Ren Festival.
In the heat.
It was quite hot for 3 days. But we are home now and very happy to be here hanging out with all of you. So, knowing that it was going to be this kind of a weekend, we decided that we were going to do random access melody. So, for those of you who are new to this game, we have a deck of cards, which has been shuffled ahead of time. And Lori is going to randomly select a card, and that is the song that will get played. So we have a couple additional rules. There are a couple of jokers floating around in there. And on the jokers, she gets to pick the song. I'm telling you this as much so she remembers this as you do. I get 3 vetoes.
I forgot.
I get 3 vetoes in case I really don't feel like playing a song, which is unlikely. I have not vetoed a single one in any of our games of random access melody. So we'll see.
No, I think you did veto one and played it a different ender.
Oh.
Just to be clear.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
We had a great weekend. We will be telling you more about our adventures in the wilds of Maryland Ren Festival. But for now, let's get started with a bit of music. If you haven't already, do give this channel a follow and share so we can hang out with some more folks. I can't think of a better way to kind of unwind after a very wonderful but slightly hectic Labor Day weekend.
Indeed. Should we pick a song? Or should I pick a song?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Let's see where we're going to start off with. Oh, it's music in these pictures.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
We haven't played that in a bit.
No.
And a good opener, too, I would
think
say.
so, yeah. It's positive, fun.
Music in these pictures, the longing sound of weeks and days. What wonders you discover, tread attentive while they wait. On the frozen still, magic hour rambling, cicada underpining, the shadows stretch and lazily. spill into my reverie. I'm not strong, but I'll try because so much of this world is wrong. There's so much that I love, and yet the road to correction's long. We've come close, close before, but I can't hold on to hope for long. Pull me in, hold me tight, help me stand for the change to come. There's music in these pictures, the longing sound of weeks and days. What wonders you discover, to tread up tempted wandering ways. Yeah.
That's a good one to start it off tonight.
I'm glad you think so, because that's where we did.
Yeah, we were talking about all the shade at Maryland Ren Fair. Like, even though it was like super hot, you could find a ton of shade. So it's just,
Lots of gorgeous trees.
yeah, there's a lot of trees, a lot of mature tulip poplars there. So that was really awesome. Yeah, I was actually really impressed by how much shade there was there. I was like, oh, this is pretty fantastic. So yes, it was very hot and steamy, but there was
And dusty.
because the roads are not paved there, and it has not rained in probably 4 weeks, maybe, or more. I'm not sure.
Super dry.
Super dry. So it was a bit of a dust bowl on Saturday because it was near sold out. Sold out there is
Like 20,000?
20,000 people, yeah, something like that. So anyway, which is awesome. Matt was saying he likes the King Richard's Fair because there's also a lot of shade there.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I hope, Matt, you can get out there because that's where Jordan is playing with the Rowdy Bardlings. So some of you may know my musical partner, Jordan Cavalier. We have a really cool duo called Lemning. Next year, we are hoping to get in to a Renaissance fair near you.
Yay.
Playing a pretty crazy blend of songs from like Northern Europe onto the Silk Road.
Mm-hmm.
So we have been adding more songs to our wish list of stuff that would sound cool, and hopefully we'll have some of that in line by the time we start gigging together sometime in 24. So watch this space for more news.
Should we pick a card? Me or
I think that's a fine idea.
Okay. This one is Daphne. Daphne. Why do I always say Daphne?
Because there's another song that I wrote called Delphine.
Ah, so I'm blending the two.
Yes.
I see what I did there.
They are about two very different people. So for those of you who don't know, in mythology, Daphne was a nymph who was pursued by Apollo. And she really didn't want anything to do with him, which should have been enough. She had made an oath to Diana to remain a virgin, as did Diana. And Apollo would not take no for an answer. So Daphne fled. And yelled for help, and her father happened to be a river god, and the best he could do for her was turn her into a laurel tree, which is not cool. No matter how wonderful and charming someone is, no means no. Anyway, Daphne. This song originally was very popular in the 17th century and stayed that way for a good long time. More recently, it was made popular again by Owen Fife, the great bard of Michigan fame. And he sang the original 2 verses. And because I wanted to be clear that Daphne's choices were more important than Apollo's, feelings of being bummed because she wasn't interested, I wanted to make that clear that her consent was more important. So I wrote a 3rd verse. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the chat. When Daphne from fair Phoebus did fly, the west wind most sweetly did blow in her face. Her silken scarf scarce sheltered her eyes. The god cried, "Oh pity," and held her in chase. "Stay, nymph, stay," cried Apollo, "tarry and turn thee, sweet nymph, stay. Lion or tiger doth thee follow, turn thy fair eyes and look this way. Oh, turn, oh pretty sweet, and let our red lips meet. Pity, oh Daphne, pity, pity. Pity, oh Daphne, pity me." She gave no ear unto his cry, but still did neglect him the more he did moan. Though he did entreat, she still did deny, and earnestly prayed him to leave her alone. "Never, never," cried Apollo, "unless to love me thou wilt consent." And still with thy voice so hollow, I'll cry to thee while life be spent. Prove if thou turn to me for felicity. Pity, oh Daphne, pity, pity. Pity, oh Daphne, pity me. And though she fled, he'd not be denied. Apollo pursued her to desperate end. She raised a plea in exhausted cry, "Father, deliver me from Phoebus' hand. Help me keep my oath to Diana, unsullied by either god or man. Take me away from grasping suitor, whom I'll not favor with my consent. River gods are unleashed, change her to laurel tree. Pity for Daphne, pity, pity. Pity for Daphne, laurel tree. Pity for Daphne, pity, pity. Pity for Daphne, laurel tree." Anyway, Daphne.
Yeah. Keep this train going.
I like it. Let's do that.
Okay. This is a good one. It's a nice and upbeat one. Ivy Slow Low.
Ivy so low.
Yeah, and we got to do this one this weekend. Well, Jeremy got to do this one this weekend.
Yeah, so this weekend, the reason why we were at Maryland Ren Fest is I was playing with Wine and Alchemy this week and last week. And in this incarnation, it was Roxanne, of course, on hurdy-gurdy and harmonium, and Vid Wenger on Irish bouzouki. Just kidding. Greek bouzouki and Turkish saz. And we had such a great time. We played, actually, a lot of medieval songs that I already knew, but they play them with a very different groove, which was really fun. And I got to learn a lot of new songs, which will probably be showing up in the live stream in the next few months, because a few of them I really, really loved playing. So I will be happy to work on them a little bit so I can share them with all of you. So I'm excited to share some new friends with some old friends. So. Hai visto Lorena Allegri, hai visto Lorena danzare, hai visto Lorena Allegri, hai visto Lorena danzare, tutte e tre saziano tonde lauri, hai visto Lorena Allegri, tutte e tre saziano tonde lauri, saziano tondo busson foglia. Aqui tremado dalla nada per se ganhar com Jesus. Aqui tremado dalla nada per se ganhar com Jesus. Ren che denzo na masala, hai visto Lorena Allegri, non si può tanto per cuore, hai visto Lorena Dolo. Hai visto Lorena Allegri, hai visto Lorena danzare, hai visto Lorena Allegri, hai visto Lorena danzare, tutte e tre saziano tonde lauri, hai visto Lorena Allegri, tutte e tre saziano tonde lauri, saziano tondo bossonto, yeah.
Yay! That's so good. We'll keep rolling with the cards. Nobody wants to watch Jeremy drink water, right?
Not really, but I really like drinking water,
Oh.
especially after inhaling
Oh.
so much dust.
Drive the cold winter away.
Cool. Hey, remember when everybody was bitching about how
Oh.
cold it was?
Yeah, we don't want to drive it away. We want it now, right?
I kind of dig the hot weather, I'll be honest.
Yeah, Jeremy does really like the hot weather. Actually, I actually didn't mind it like I normally do. I think because there actually was a breeze a little bit. I know, a little
It's a
bit.
Labor Day miracle.
It's a Labor Day miracle.
All hail to the days that merit more praise than all the rest of the year. And welcome the nights that double delight, as well for the poor as the peer. Sweet blessings attend each merry man's friend, that doth but the best that he may. Forgetting all wrongs with poems and songs to drive a cold winter away. 'Tis ill for the mind to anger incline, to think of small injuries now. If wrath be to seek, don't lend her thy cheek, don't lend her the blood with thy brow. Cross out of thy books malevolent looks, both beauty and youth's decay, and spend the long nights in honest delights to drive the cold winter away. This time of the year is spent in good cheer, with neighbors together to meet, to sit by the fire with friendly desire, with others in love to greet. All grudges forgot are put in the pot, all sorrows aside they lay. The old and the young doth carol this song to drive the cold winter away.
Oh, so quick. Such a quick song. I was saying that I had proper clothing, and that's why I didn't feel as hot. And so that led me into a segue of the court at the Maryland Ren Festival. Oh my goodness, it's so good. So they actually do, it's king and not queen there. What is
Yeah, it's 1536.
1536.
So it's good old King Henry VIII.
It's really cool, though. Like, the court is...
Yeah, good job, costume designers.
Yeah, really great
Everybody
stuff.
looks fantastic.
Yeah. And they come in the morning when they come through the main gate. They greet, and then they do... I don't know if they do it every day, but yesterday they did the maypole dance. So the court does the dance first, which is... It was just so cool because they're in their costumes doing the dance around the maypole. Anyway, nerding out. Oh, keeping it high energy. Pastimes into Quanjé Bois.
Speaking of King Henry VIII, some of you already know this, but I'll relay this again. King Henry VIII was not meant to be king. His brother Edward was. So, as with many second sons, Henry spent his time, well, studying and drawing and painting and writing songs. And while he was still prince, he wrote this. So it's already evident that Henry was going to be a man of leisure and appetites. Even as king, he loved hunting and dancing and feasting and drinking. And some of those things became more prevalent as injuries prevented him from jousting and hunting. But anyway, to Henry VIII, who was a bit of a partying prince. Pastime with good company, I love and shall until I die. Grudge you will but none deny, so God be pleased, thus live will I. For my pastimes on sing and dance, my heart is set, oh goodly sport, for my comfort, who shall me let? You must have some dalliance of good or ill, some pastimes. Company methinks then best, all thoughts and fancies to digest. For idleness is chief mistress of vices all. Then who can say but mirth and play is best of all? Company with honesty is virtue, vices to flee. Company is good or ill, but every man hath his free will. The best ensue, the worst eschew. My mind shall be virtue to use, vice to refuse. Thus shall I use me. Quand je vends des éclairés, à mes toune, aussi tes amis je bois un jour à boire. Quand je vends des éclairés, à mes toune, aussi tes amis je bois un jour à boire. Chantons et bouvons, c'est les envies de la guerre. Chantons et bouvons, mes amis, bouvons donc. Chantons et bouvons, c'est les envies de la guerre. Chantons et bouvons, mes amis, bouvons donc. Quand je vends de décorer, à mes toune, aussi tes amis, je bois un jour à boire. Quand je vends de décorer, à mes toune, aussi tes amis, je bois un jour à boire. Chantons et bouvons, c'est les envies dans la guerre. Chantons et bouvons, mes amis, bouvons donc. Chantons et bouvons, c'est les envies dans la guerre. Chantons et bouvons, mes amis, bouvons donc. Quand je vends du vin clairé, à mes toune, aussi tes amis, je bois un jour à boire. Quand je vends du vin clairé, à mes toune, aussi tes amis, je bois un jour à boire. Chantons et bouvons, c'est les envies dans la guerre. Chantons et bouvons, mes amis, bouvons donc. Chantons et bouvons, c'est les envies dans la guerre. Chantons et bouvons, mes amis, bouvons donc. Yeah.
So you want to share a story or so?
I think that's a good move. What was one of your favorite things that we got to do?
Oh, well, I got to catch some shows in between.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I
You got to see some shows I didn't.
I got to catch some shows in between Jeremy's sets. So I did get to see the Gwendolyn show, which was fantastic. I've been wanting to see her for a while. So that was really good. She did a retelling of Romeo and Juliet.
She has a Twitch channel, by the way.
Yeah. And
You should check that out.
yeah, and the retelling of Romeo and Juliet is also crossed with other literary references. So if you get the joke, you get the joke. One of the things that she mixes in is Alice in Wonderland and also Lord of the Rings. And there's probably other things that I did not get. Those are the two that just stick out in my mind right now. But so cleverly done. The audience loves it. It was really good. So, and I did get to see Oh La La, which is also very fantastic. If you've never caught that, it is. I guess how would you describe that? Is it clown?
Yeah, but I mean, there's
It's
some musical
jester.
aspects.
Jesters, I guess, musical aspects. It's so clever, and it's so very. I don't know what the word is for it. It's very good, and
I didn't get to see it. I was working.
I can't find my words right now, and it's just because it's just been a long weekend. But they're amazing, and you should, if you get the chance to see them, see them. Yeah, it's more like comedy, but very, 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 very silly. What? Oh, that's a really good question. What would you tell a person going to Maryland Ren Festival for the first time?
I would say, okay, I would say there are a lot of food choices.
There are a ton of food choices.
The favorite thing I had a basket of fried shrimp and French fries, which was not terribly expensive and was delicious. So if you like that,
fresh cut fries.
That stand is just past the lyric stage, which is kind of near the front gate-ish. And there is a delicious chai milkshake, which is fantastic, and I would recommend that. And that's at another location. But what I would recommend for shopping, there are a lot of artisans that are there. They've all been juried in, and there are a lot of people that do similar things. So I would say shop around a little bit, because if you've got like 4 vendors that are selling comparable goods, like they're all really skilled artisans, but you might find something that's maybe more fitting for you or the person that you're buying it for as a gift. So I would say, unless you're worried about something selling and money is no object, maybe look around a little bit.
Yeah, because the artisans there are pretty top notch. The stuff that they're selling, like Goodly Woods, for instance, like Goodly Woods is there, like
which makes they make incredibly beautiful wooden mugs.
Like
you
and buy one and it's like a lifetime guarantee. So.
Yeah, I dropped off my Purple Heart and Bubinga mug that we've had for a few years, and after serving as my main mug at festivals for the last couple years, it really needs a new finish. So we dropped it off, and hopefully we'll be getting that back before too long. But
just some really great stuff. Honestly, I would tell you that First Aid, if you can find First Aid, they offer free water there, so you can bring a water bottle in, or if you just have a mug. That's the only place that offers free water. However, water is fairly cheap there. It's only $2 for a bottle. But if you had, like, I had my 24-ounce water bottle today because I wasn't playing with a little mug today. But that is a really good thing to know. First Aid has free water. Mm-hmm. I would say be familiar with the map. It is a little confusing. It is a little like, where are we at first? Because it's kind of just very interweaving. And
it's a big festival. And so for those of you who are familiar with like the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair, area-wise, it's larger.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a good idea to kind of get some frames of reference, know a few landmarks.
Yeah.
And on a related note, maybe look at the schedule ahead of time.
Yeah, pick out who you're going to see. Yeah.
Yeah, because...
print it out, pick it out, circle it. I mean, that's what I do at Pennsylvania, even at Pennsylvania.
She does that everywhere.
Everywhere.
Let's be real.
Renaissance hot tips. Print out your schedule, old school, highlight that shit. Highlight the stuff. And go to what you love. I mean, that's probably the most important thing. But yeah, what else about Maryland? It's not paved. Wear sensible shoes.
Yeah. So if it does rain, mud can be a thing, which most of you go to Ren fairs and
as long as you have sensible shoes. There is a really cool the globe stage. I mean, the stages are amazing.
The stages are gorgeous.
They're all really cool.
I don't think there are any buildings on...
it's just really cool design. Like the buildings are really cool, the signs are really cool, but it is very overwhelming. Like my first day there was very overwhelming, and then as day 2 hit and day 3 hit, I'm like, oh, okay, I know where I'm going now. But yeah, if it's your first time there, be prepared to maybe be a little overwhelmed. So go prepared. So
I'll add to that. If you're only going for one day, there's no way you're going to see everything.
Oh no.
So prioritize, and hopefully you'll be able to get a chance to come back. If you can, try and just go for the whole weekend.
Yeah,
because
I would go for a whole weekend. Yeah.
Saturday, you'll get to do, you'll be orienting yourself. You'll be figuring out what, you want to see first. But then the second day will give you some room to discover some new things, maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll find some, hidden lanes that you didn't even notice the day before.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot there.
There's a lot there.
It's a really fantastic fair. So,
and even the gaming stuff is really cool. I don't usually think about games, and we didn't play any, but it is really cool. And they do have a wood slide, which I totally went down. It was $1, and it was the best thing.
I got video. That'll probably be showing up
somewhere. It was
somewhere.
the best thing. It's this really big wooden slide on one of the hills, and yeah, there are some very steep hills too. So if that's a
veterans of Sterling or Pennsylvania will not be daunted by any of the hills there.
But there are steep hills. It's not,
Yeah.
Which makes it beautiful because there's plenty of trees, and the stages are just built in, and the trees are just growing around them, and it's really amazing.
Yeah, it's a really wonderful sight.
Yeah. Yes. Any other questions about? We'll answer it. We're going to play more music.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll share more stories. I'm going to click. Wait, that's not the right thing. Mad World is the...
Oh, really?
Yeah, Mad World.
Okay.
I swear it is. I didn't show the card, but that's the card. You trust me, right? You trust the house elf?
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, and their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, hide my head, I want to drown in sorrow, no tomorrow, and I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad, the dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, 'cause I find it hard to take. Where people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Made to feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, 'cause I find it hard to take. Where people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Imagine your world. Mad world.
Okay, onward. I were a blackbird.
Ooh.
Let's see where this is going. Just kind of like it totally. We shared stories and then the vibe changed. The cards were like, okay, here we go.
My words, they are simple. My story is true. Oh, once I was carefree, my own path to choose. I courted a lady by night and by day, but now she has left me and gone far away. If I were a blackbird, the wind neath my wings, I would follow the vessel my true love sails in. In the top rigging, I'd there build my nest. I'd flutter my wings o'er the one I love best. Followed me gladly to Donnybrook Fair. I bought turf and ribbons to tie in her hair. She offered to marry and stay by my side, but then in the morning she sailed with the tide. If I were a blackbird, the wind neath my wings, I would follow the vessel my true love sails in. In the top rigging, I'd there build my nest. I'd flutter my wings o'er the one I love best. My parents, they chide me and will not agree, saying me and my true love their marriage should be. But let them deprive me, let them do what they will. While there's life in my spirit, she's the one I love still. If I were a blackbird, Well,
More musics or?
I think.
Oh.
Yes.
The cards, are you trying, are you?
Well, I wanted to say a couple of things before
Okay.
we
Do
moved
it.
on. The first is, I'm sorry to say that I have good news and I have bad news. The bad news is we only have one more song. But the good news is we have one more song. And I wanted to thank everybody for showing up tonight and just hanging out with us on a fairly chill Labor Day evening. So I hope everybody, wherever you are in the world, whether or not you celebrate Labor Day or not, you had, if not a relaxing day, then a nice relaxing wind down with us. We had an amazing weekend at the Maryland Ren Festival with Wine and Alchemy. We played 4 shows each of the days in what I would say were fairly tiring conditions of high heat, low humidity, and a lot of dust in the air. But we had a great time. I had such a blast playing with Vid and Roxanne, and I'm really looking forward to getting to play with them again. The 16th, I will be showing up at Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair as a solo independent act, and I will be there through the rest of the fair. A lot of the songs that y'all have been hearing on this live stream will be showing up in my sets throughout the day. I don't yet have my schedule, but I'm hoping that shows up this week so I can start sharing where I'll be and when with all of you, and hopefully we'll get to see you at the Pennsylvania Ren Fair in just a couple of weeks. Partly why I mentioned PA Ren Fair is Vid is going to be in a band with our friends Grace and Alex called Trio Mondo, and I'm really excited because Vid invited me to play with them today. So you'll get to hear a little bit of what we were playing at Maryland if you didn't get to see any of the shows there in a slightly different group. So I'm really excited about all of those possibilities. Now, you drew a card.
I did draw a card.
And?
It's an Ender song.
Is it really?
Yeah.
All right.
We don't even have to keep going. So it was like, the cards have spoken tonight.
All right.
For sure. So.
What we got?
Parting glass.
Ah, perfect.
Perfect. I didn't even have to do any work. The cards did the work.
All the money here I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm that here I've done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done, for want of wit, to memory now, I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. If I had money enough to spend and leisure time to sit a while, there is a fair maid in this town that sorely has my heart beguiled. Her rosy cheeks and ruby lips, I own she has my heart and brow. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Of all the comrades here I have, they're sorry for my going away, and all the sweethearts here I have, they'd wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be with you all. Good night and joy be with you all. Good night and joy be with you all. Friends, thank you so much for hanging out at the Wandering Bard with Lori and I. We will be back next Monday with more live music, and we're going to be sharing a brand new slideshow next week. So if you tune in at 7:55, you'll see a ton of pictures from our Maryland adventures. Love you all. See you next week.